We are MetalTalk.net, and you are Anvil, and it's wonderful to see you again, Rob Reiner, Lips.
Great to be seen again.
Awesome, back in London.
Yeah, and it's the second night of the tour.
Yeah.
Apart from this interview, what has been the highlight of the tour so far?
Well, you know, the bus got stuck last night, you know, that was quite an experience.
The bus got stuck in Huddersfield.
Yeah, on the road, on a grade. It was the wildest thing, the wheels were off the road, they were spinning, and it took us hours to get the thing out.
Whoa.
It was the first year, it was crazy, that's all.
This is in the middle of the night, last night after the Huddersfield.
We had a great gig, the place was packed, we were
all the gears loaded in, everything's we're ready to go.
We're
The bus had to turn around to move out, to get out. Well, he pulls into the parking lot, goes up on the grate, the back end of the bus scrapes into the pavement and lifted
the wheels off
the drive wheels in the back off the ground.
Jesus.
So no matter what you do, the bus is not moving anywhere. So we tried everything. We had 10, 15 guys pushing. We tried everything. Putting bricks, wood, you fucking name it under the wheels. Wouldn't work. And you see, the thing was, because the bus driver did it on his own, it became his own personal, out of his own pocket, if he had to call for help.
Right.
So we were trying to do everything to circumvent that.
From making it a costly
venture. And there was no other way. It was like, so the tow truck came, and after we sat there for 4 to 6 hours, the bus, or the tow truck came, and we were out in like 3 minutes.
Yeah, right. Yeah, just winched the bus out.
They just put a wire on the bus, out.
Whoa.
And then he backed it back on the road, so yeah, it was an interesting evening.
Yeah, what time did you get
to start the fucking tour off?
Yeah.
Great gig, the bus is stuck. Love it. But here we are.
What time did you get back to London then?
We actually got here at 12 noon.
Right, okay.
Yeah, so it was all good. You know, we got out of there early in the morning and we got a little rush hour here.
What's the expectation for tonight?
Honestly, we don't have one, do we?
No, I don't. We don't really live by expectations.
Okay.
We just hope that people know about it and the powders will come.
Okay.
I mean, that's what I hope for.
I think there's a lot of people know about the new album, Anvil is Anvil. I think that's gone down very, very well in this country, and it's a cracker as well.
That we were realizing that.
We're starting to realize
it's definitely had some impact here, which is really
nice.
Makes us feel absolutely awesome that people get it. There's good UK love for Anvil, and I'm also realizing that as time is going on. There's actual true love here, more than we would have
ever known.
Yeah, so we really want to work it here. We have this opportunity, again, now we're playing smaller markets to reach more people in the UK. So we're looking forward to that.
All right, good. And you did the artwork on the album, Rob.
Yes. Yeah. Why? Because I could. And
good.
And it was kind of like, you know, it was Lips that initiated. He says, "Hey man, you know what? You should fucking paint this cover."
Yeah.
So I went home, made little sketches, and I showed him.
In the way that we create songs, we created the artwork.
Yeah. Right.
You know, where it might have been might be me working on the riffs, and Rob sitting. You know what I'm saying? And sitting,
we shape things together.
As he's making the painting, well, and I'm doing the opposite. So it's really that.
So that's how it came about. Right? He says, "You know what? You should paint this. Do that." So I said, "Okay." I actually was reluctant at first.
You know, because there are things that he paints a certain way, and if it fits his style, then why not?
Yeah.
Right? That's the thing. It's got to fit the style.
And at the end of the day, it worked out tremendous. People really like it, and
Rob is my favorite still life painter.
Right. Okay.
You know, stuff where there's no movement. That it's. He makes even the most
I could make
mundane look exciting. You know what I mean? So it's. And the thing was, we came up with the ideal Anvil is Anvil, and we were kind of like struggling over what does that mean? What's that going to mean? And Robbo comes in with, "I got a great idea. We'll just put a mirror in front of the." I go, "Fuck! What could be more simple and straightforward than that?
Right.
Paint it. Now paint it." So it was really cool. We went. You know, of course, we do all this stuff anyway, but.
A research went and got mirrors.
We went and got mirrors, the whole thing. So he went and grabbed the anvil that we own and brought it with him to a place where they have all these mirrors, like a whole warehouse full of mirrors.
They rent furniture, like for movie sets.
All right. Yeah.
So I found a bunch of mirrors.
And he picked a mirror that he liked, put the mirror, set it up, put the anvil.
I took some photographs, right?
Took the photographs of the studies. And of course, in the study, it's got all the other mirrors and all the other junk in the warehouse.
Thousands of
but the
other
basic fundamental photograph of the anvil in the mirror was created. So he has the skeleton
Of
what the painting's going to look like. So he set that up, and then we sit through the whole thing. Well, now what are we going to use as the background? I said, brick wall. Let's make a brick wall.
Yeah,
let's make it look like really
and like kind of dark and gloomy with moody and stuff, and that's how it came across.
And we worked at it together, and that's how it came like that.
Brilliant.
So it was a simple concept. Am I going to paint the next cover? Who knows?
Who knows? Depends on.
That was my next question.
We don't know.
We don't know yet.
Yeah, see what happens. Yeah,
it's not a big deal.
Yeah. Have you started thinking about the next album yet?
Yeah, well, we got
absolutely.
we got 6 new songs. We got 6 new
half the
things.
album written.
Yeah.
Wow. But,
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we're going to try to record it next summer.
right. Okay.
And we're just actually tossing around album titles right now.
Okay.
Yeah, so
okay.
we don't have one absolutely nailed down, but we got a couple of good
We
ones.
got a couple funny ones. How about cheese and crackers? And the anvil's going to be made out of cheese, all with crackers all around it. But
We're just
we're just
actually we're pondering. We're something we kind of like right now is Anvil, something to say.
Okay.
What are you gonna do? So I don't know we're doing this.
No.
Yeah, we'll figure out what we're gonna call it.
Okay.
We're liking that.
we were kind of connected to Motorhead because, particularly, almost immediately, because the record company, the guy Al Mayer, was really good friends with Doug Smith, their manager. And the first show that we actually ever did as Anvil, because we were called Lips,
in Toronto.
and we were put out our first album, and our first album came out as Anvil, and the first show that we did was with Motorhead.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lemmy was very taken by what we were doing. Obviously,
Yeah,
he's
he
going,
loved
"Wow, you guys are like fucking."
He goes, you guys are really fucking good, but one problem. You
Too many hard
You got too
parts."
many hard parts. That was it. So we never forgot that.
It was pretty comical. And then, of course, we'd done Metal on Metal, and it was at that point that Motorhead came to Toronto, and they played a big, huge, one of the biggest venues. Place was packed, and they got about halfway through the set, and Lemmy, something happened, and his arm couldn't play. So he ended the show, and Eddie Clark went ballistic and quit the band that night. And Doug Smith, first thing he thought of, get in touch with the Anvil guys, we need a guitar player. Now!
It was really more about, can you step in and just, fill in for the moment is really what it was at that moment in time, right?
Right.
So
They didn't know where, basically step in, we don't know where it's going, we don't know whether Eddie's going to be gone for sure, we don't know what we want, we need somebody.
They needed somebody at that moment to fill in,
Meanwhile, I'm in the middle of writing and doing
Forge of Fire.
It's like,
So
I'm under contracts, I can't, aside from the contracts, I'm the lead singer and lead guitar player of Anvil. Why am I leaving my own thing that is actually
our own brand
Yeah.
to
creation.
be
now I'm going to become Lemmy's second banana. It's like, I don't know. I couldn't do it. Bottom line is I couldn't do it, and Lemmy was angry at me. And in a very short period of time, when he came to understand the circumstances, it was all good. And to the point where we got to have you guys come out and support us.
We were friends with them right to the end.
What's the best Spinal Tap moment that Anvil's ever experienced? And
Last night was pretty good.
Last night was a good one.
yeah, the wheels spin around in midair.
It's from real, true life stories. So
All rock and roll bands have Spinal Tap moments. Everybody does.
It's one of the great movies of all time, but another great movie of all time is Anvil the movie. And is there any plans for a follow-up to it?
Yeah, we can. Yeah, there's something cooking.
All right. Cool. Is that why you've been in London several days before the show started?
We just
that's a pretty good. That's
pretty good deduction. Yeah, we actually saw the new movie trailer. Okay, I'll say that much.
All right, that's fantastic. That's excellent news.
That's all I'll say. We don't want to
We're
talk
not talking about it because there's no point, because it's a long way off.
But yeah,
the filming is about halfway through.
Yeah, there's stuff going on.
And
it's been going on for a while.
it's not edited, it's not done yet.
Yeah.
You know, so what are we talking about?
Yeah.
It's got to get done first.
You know, we're really busting at the seams to tell people about a lot of it, but it's just not the right time to get into it, that's all.
Of course, absolutely.
But when it comes out, it's going to, I think, without a doubt, it's going to surprise the shit out of everybody. Yeah, it's going to come out of nowhere. It's like, what the hell? But I think everybody's going to really...
it's not going to be what you expect. Part of it is what happened after the first movie, but really where it's going to go from there is nothing like the first one at all.
All right. Well, there
you know,
go.
I mean, the first movie it was all about our internal aspect and how we're going to get somewhere.
This one's
how we're going to change our lives. Now it's going to be really about how we're going to change everybody else's.
We have a message.
I mean, that's the best way to describe it.
There's a heavy message.
Instead of inward, it's
you have something to say.
Right.
Absolutely brilliant. It's fantastic. That's something to look forward to. It really is.
Exactly.
Yeah. Any final message for your UK audience?
We love this place, man.
And,
you know what's the best part? The best part is this really in a nutshell. It's the only place other than North America that they understand us. And we can understand them. You guys speak the same language.
Just this is like English-speaking Europe.
Yeah, which is it's a fucking pleasure to be here. It's like all the pressure of trying to accommodate particularly in the live form, to be able to talk to a crowd and know that they're understanding you. I tell stories. Here it's like a complete comfort. I don't have to worry about simplifying what I'm saying. I don't. You know what I mean?
People understand because it's English.
Fully.
We're all speaking the same language here, right? Yeah. But the UK is really grown for us, and we're realizing we didn't realize it as much as we do now, but we've been coming here more as we're seeing more UK love.
Well, long may that continue. And
what's really fascinating is the cross section of people that know who we are, and it's just like, what? Like we're walking near the tower, the London Tower, and this lawyer comes up to us and goes, "I work in that tower over there, and I saw your movie. It was fucking great." It's like, okay, the guy's got a suit on, and fucking short hair. It's like, what?
What do you guys do here?
Yeah, well, we're playing next week. He goes, "Well, how come I don't know about it?" Well, we're not going to be in the sun. You know what I mean? This is metal. They don't advertise metal. That's why you don't know about it. You're not a metalhead. No, I'm not a metalhead, but I like you fucking guys. Right? That's what I'm saying. It's just
well, there's two parts to handle. There's really the rock band part, and then there's that movie audience part. Okay, and it's two separate worlds. You know, there's a lot of people.
Yeah, but some of the people from the second world, from the movie world, that shouldn't be listening, that never listen to metal, are actually buying our records. Yeah. Not a lot of them, and not the majority of them, but they're checking it out. And the first metal show they'll come to is Anvil.
Yeah, it's my first metal concert.
And they think then they have this idea that all metal bands are like Anvil. Well, no, Anvil is Anvil. You know?
You're not going to find this anywhere else. You know, they're going like a death
metal concert. Just a great time with all of it. It's really, you know, you don't complain. You don't say, "Hey, I don't have an audience," because it hasn't increased my audience, but it has increased your audience, even if they don't show up at your gigs.
Yeah, absolutely.
My actual ticket is I want to get every Anvil fan in the world at the same time coming to a show once.
That would be amazing.
Gents, it's been an absolute pleasure, it really has. So looking forward to tonight.
Awesome.
I think it's going to be loud, proud and extremely great. And
thank you for coming out, guys.
Awesome. Fucking magic.